yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, my Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, girl, yes, I need you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, girl, yes, I want you, Peggy Sue. Well, there you go. There's a rather humorous version of Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly. Very odd singing style in that song. Sounds kind of weird, but anyway, funny, and it's a really nice tune to learn, and it predominantly uses A, D and E chords, so this is a really good song for beginners. There's a little bit of an F chord in there, but I'm going to show you a little cheat around for that, so you don't have to play big nasty F yet, although if you do know how to play F, you can substitute the big F for that part. Now, the interesting thing about this for learning it as a beginner is kind of the strumming pattern as well as the chords. So the chords should be fairly easy, but the strumming, because it's really, really fast, you get used to this continuous kind of picking, and it's all down strums for the strumming pattern. And you also need to get used to where you pick from. Now, I'm going to talk about that first, about this strumming. So the strumming all the way through is just this kind of... really continuous. It's all down picks, as I mentioned earlier. Now, for an A chord, hopefully most of you know that for an A chord you should be strumming from the 5th string, so not touching the thicker string. So the lowest note I'm picking there is the 5th string, the A. And when I go to the D, I'm aiming to strum just from the 4th string. A, D, A. So I'm having to really keep control of my picking hand as to what string I'm picking from. And this is really good. It gives you a little bit more practice in controlling where you pick from. It's a really good exercise, something that you need to get used to anyway, and this song's really good for helping that. So that's the other part of the reason why we're doing this tune. So I'm just going to run through with you what the chords are now, and how long you should stay on them for. So what I do is just run through the verse first of all, and I'm going to give you a close-up of the chord changes so you can see exactly what's going on. But so it's basically going here: A, D, Peggy Sue, A to D, then back to A, and then to D chord. It's E to dum, and then to D, you Peggy, A, D, A, E. It's a pretty straightforward little chord progression there for the verses. You probably want to check out the tab for it, or it's not really a tab, it's the chords and words, just to help you get used to knowing which one. So if we talk about how many strums you do on each one as well, I'll just run through that with the verse as well. So you're doing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4. So it's always groups of kind of 4 or 8. On the 3rd line, where it goes to the D chord, it's staying there for 16 strums, which is really kind of 2 groups of 8, if you like. That's probably the best way to think of it. So that's important as well, to know how many strums you're going to do, especially once it starts going pretty fast. You don't really want to count it, you want to feel it, but initially you probably find it easier if you count it out aloud and do it a bit slower, so you make sure you get it together. So that's the verse. Into the chorus. The chorus is going from an A chord, Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, then to F, pretty, 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 A, back to A, and then to D chord, and back to A, D, A, and then I E a girl, because I D you Peggy, A, D, A, E. So it's only really that first two lines that's different, where it's going on the A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So kind of 16 strums, or 2 sets of 8 on the A, then it goes to the F for 8 strums, and then back to the A for 8 strums. The rest of that chorus is actually the same as the verse. Yeah, it's kind of straightforward. So that's pretty much the whole tune, really. There's nothing more to it than that, other than making sure that you get your strumming right and get your chord changes right. Now I'm just going to give you a close-up of the chords for the whole tune so you can see how I'm doing it, and then I'll also show you my F chord cheat for those of you who have got a bit of a struggle on with your F chord. So let's have a look at that now. Okay, so let's have a look at a close-up of these chords. There's our A chord, so it's going for the verse. A you do, D you sue, A to D and A to do without my D chord. My Peggy A D A. Oh well, I E a gal, yes I D you Peggy A D A E. Into the chorus. A sue, F F F F A D sue. I said my D chord. My Peggy A D A. Oh well, I E a gal and I need you Peggy A D A E. Okay, let's have a closer look at that F chord. Now, what I'm doing here, this is, if that's a regular E, one semitone higher than an E is an F. Now, granted, you should play either a big F bar chord or a little F like that, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you're good enough to do it and you know F, then you'd play Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. But a nice little cheat is, instead of having to move all those fingers around, if you leave your first finger where it is and move those 2 fingers over, so it's kind of like an E chord but up 1 fret. But the trick with this one, if you're going to do it, is to make sure that you only play the 5th string, 4th string and the 3rd string. Now what's happening, it's hard to see from the angle here, but my first finger's kind of muting those 2 strings there a little bit, trying to keep them quiet. If you hit them a little bit, you're on it for such a short amount of time that you don't really hear it. So that's a good little cheat for a beginner to go A Sue, Peggy Sue, F F F F Peggy Sue. I said my Peggy. Remember that leaving that first finger down for the changes between your A and your D and your E is a really good method to get into changing those chords. It's not one that you do forever, and I still probably play A like that most of the time, which is the way a lot of people learn it, but this one's better for beginners, I reckon. So let's just have a quick look at the strumming as well. Let's have a quick look at the picking here, and notice that the way on the A chord it's picking from the 5th string down. When it goes to the D, it's moving over to the 4th string, 5th string, 4th string, 5th string, to the D. The thick strings and the D, Peggy Sue. Of course, for the F chord using this method, you're just really trying to hit those 3 strings. Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. I said my Peggy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little look at that classic Buddy Holly's tune. Really, really quite a nice, easy one to play, a funny one to sing. It's kind of makes you sound a little bit weird, but hey, you know, it's kind of a laugh and it's kind of amusing, so that's not a bad thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Check it out on the website. There's some sheet music and stuff up there for this song for you. If you like what I do, please subscribe and all of that stuff, and I'll see you for another song lesson or guitar lesson real soon. Take care. Bye bye.